Hi everyone, Norway Jose, back in the basement. I'm sorry I have been MIA for a little bit, but I had some live changing events happening in the last couple of months. But I'm back, and hopefully I'll be able to upload more videos and reviews of the rest of the equipment that I have and other stuff that I'm planning to have in the future. But for today, what I have in front of me is the Prime Fitness plate loaded leg press. I believe this is the last piece of from Prime that I currently have in my basement. But I have three more pieces coming in. They have a 55 week lead time, so I'll keep you updated on the progress on those. But I'll probably get them by the end of the year or early next year. But for now, let's get into the Prime Fitness plate loaded leg press in detail. So before I start into getting into the specifications and how the machine works and the feedback and review, I ordered this leg press with my leg curl extension and my functional trainer in the same package to save some money on shipping. I ordered this machine, the frame with the frame color Prime Black. And I think that's all the customization that I did. Everything was black. Everything is black, and then the plastic adjustment handles and the knobs, all of that comes in green standard. The pads also comes in black, but you can change the color on those. But just to keep it the same color as the rest of the gym, I chose it black. This came fully assembled in a pallet. This one came a little bit damaged on the plastic end caps on the foot plate itself, the the settings nameplate, how to use it, and all that stuff, and then some scratches on the paint. Um, I accepted the shipment as I contacted Prime, and they sent me new parts and paint to do the touch-ups. So I was taken care of. So in order to get this to my basement, I had to kind of partially disassemble, because uh, the whole frame, probably 90% of the frame, comes fully welded. So if you're planning to get it in the basement or taking it somewhere else, it is really heavy and complicated to carry around. I have no idea how I got it downstairs, but I removed the extension legs. These you can bolt them down, then remove them, and then foot plate, the foot plate assembly. There are two brackets, one on each side. There's some bolts that you remove, and then you need to be careful because there's a piece of metal that is on the other side inside the frame that that has threads, and then the bolt threads into that. So if you remove these bolts, then that piece of that bracket falls all the way down, and you'll need a magnet, or I use a clothing hanger to get it out, but it was pretty complicated, and I didn't know I had to contact Prime because it was not threading in. And then I took there's a pin inside here, and you basically remove the whole assembly, the whole foot plate assembly, in order to be able to carry it around because it's pretty heavy. And then I had to kind of like play around with the frame inside the house to be able to get it through the door and then inside my basement. The advantage is that the width of the frame is 24 inches, so you can fit through a normal like standard door. So that helped with the maneuver of this machine into the basement. Before we get into the detail of the machine, I'm going to talk a little bit about the dimensions. This machine weighs 500 pounds. It is 93 inches long. The width of the frame, I already talked about that, but with the legs is 59 inches, including the horns and the legs. And then the height is 56 inches tall. So let's talk a little bit about the mobile footplate. It is wide for your feet. I'm gonna measure it. I will measure it just because the website doesn't say. So it's 28 inches long times 18 inches wide. So just for your reference, it has a handle to get in and out. This footplate moves for greater range of motion at the knee and the hip. So it's less stress on the ankle when doing the press motion, and then it adjusts with the cam setting. I can talk a little bit about the cam setting. So as you know, the smart strength lever from this is what Prime is really proud about, and this is why people choose Prime machines against others. So you can select the level of the cam. Right now it's in the middle position, number one. It places the peak resistance at the middle of the exercise motion. You can move it to the second. And then this places the peak resistance at the end of the exercise motion, so at the top. And then number three, all the way to the bottom. This places the peak resistance at the beginning of the exercise. So when you are all the way down with your feet, and then before making the extend press or motion. I normally use it on one, as I'm not a bodybuilder, I'm just a powerlifter, a weak powerlifter, so that doesn't matter to me. But you can feel the differences between the three levels of exercise. When I do this exercise, it targets my quads really well. I can feel them very activated, so that helps a lot. And then the horn, I can let you know the dimensions of the horn. So it's 14 inches that you have to load the plates. I normally use pound plates, the machine plates from Rogue. I normally use 6 plates on each side, 7 plates on each side for reps of 10, 12. So I don't need that. And I still have some left, but I can always use my Watsons or my calibrated, and that will give me more real estate. If you want, you can add, I didn't know this until I ordered it and I received it because I saw a photo of it, but you can add an additional, like an add-on, which is an additional 2 pegs or a pair of pegs that goes on top of it. And then I believe it's the same loadable sleeve length, so you can add more plates in case you run out of space on the bottom ones. So if you're really serious about lifting and you lift a lot of weight on the leg press, you can choose that add-on, and then you can have four pegs on four pegs in total, so 2 on each side to load plates. I also need to mention that the older version had a counterweight on the over here, but they decided to remove it. Even here on the screen, on the nameplate, it says that there's a counterweight. I reached out because I didn't receive it, and Dan told me that they remove it just because that saves space, and also I don't think you need that for the leg press, as it helps you with the pressing motion, which sometimes you don't need it at all. The machine has 2 storage shorter pegs. These are 9 inches long. So in case you want to store 45-pound plates or 100-pound plates, just for easy access to load the leg press, you can use them for that. And also like counterweight in case I never experienced like some play side to side or any wobbliness on the machine itself, but you have those in case you want to use them. Also remember that whenever you receive a prime machine, that comes with plastic um, caps for the legs. So after you place it you put it in place, just remember to put those before you start putting everything back. You'll probably need some help. I did it by myself, but you'll probably need some help to be able to add those into the machine. That helps from moving it. Even though I don't think it will move, but just to add friction, not to move, so it doesn't move at all. So now let's go back to the seat. It is a really wide and nice, comfy seat. And then the back pad and then the seat. The seat is a little bit narrower. The dimensions of the seat are 23 inches long times 9 inches wide. And then this varies the seat pad, but the height of the seat pad is 39 inches, so it accommodates really tall and short lifters as well. It is really comfy, and what I like about Prime, not that I care, but if you have a commercial gym, they have like another layer of vinyl. Uh, so in case you want to replace this one, you don't need to replace the whole seat, you just need to replace the small cover. Same for where the head rests. On the back, there's adjustments for the seat. Right now I have a number 4, which is the shorter one, but you can go up to 1, 2, 3, 4. And that will give you the adjustments that you need in case you want to elevate it or bring it down as well. The pad has 2 handles, one on each side for you to grab when doing the pressing motion. Sometimes what I encounter is that when I am pressing or when I'm setting up, my butt is not always on the pad, on the seat, sorry, kind of like it's elevated. So make sure that you're all the way down. And sometimes I think the handles are a little bit high. So sometimes it's a little awkward to grab them when sitting down. But yeah, that's also something that you might find comfortable or uncomfortable. It depends on personal preference. Another thing that I like is when I set up, I can get inside the machine or even place my feet over here so I can set up and then set up like that. And then as you can see, I grab the handles and I push myself or pull myself down to the seat so I am in the good position before unracking the foot plate. Another thing that I want to mention about the machine is that it has the stopper, which is the padding. So there's a rubber stopping for this lever. So when you unrack and unrack, there's no adjustment for this that I know of. So there's only one adjustment and it stays like that. So if you have really short legs, I don't know how that would work. You probably have to get on the lower position and then unrack it and then place, kind of move your feet towards the top. Um, but yeah, that's something that I haven't found any adjustments or issues. The other thing is that it has another rubber stopper on the other side. In case you fail, then this goes down and then it places it on the frame. It stops it on the frame. So there are other types of machines, similar machines to these, other brands like Atlantis. They have a pivot press, and then the Cybex quad press, I believe it's called like that, but they're pretty similar and around the same. What I like about the Cybex is that you can really go inside the machine without having to kind of like get in there in the hole. You can just walk in front of it and sit and then start your exercise. The feeling is around the same, but now Cybex was bought by Life Fitness. So I believe that Atlantis, the Cybex, and these machines are around the same price. I think the only difference is that the Prime has a really long lead time, above a year, when you place the order. So that's something to consider. And I don't know if Cybex has any customizations, as I've only seen it in black. Atlantis, I think you can customize it a color, and Prime you can customize the color to match your gym. The price point. So the website says that it's around 4,000. I know that Prime increased the prices this year. Well, last year, sorry, late last year increased the prices. But it really gets expensive because once you add shipping, taxes, customization of the colors, and then the add-on of these, it can get really, really expensive. So consider that when placing the order because it adds 1,000 or more to the order once you start playing with all of those factors or adding all of those variables. So now we're on the point of view of the machine. I'm sitting down on the machine. I'm gonna place my feet in place so you can see how it unracks. The jack falls down. You can grab it from here. You can grab it from here. Sorry, from here, and then up, down, up to lock it, down to unlock it. So let's bring it down all the way down in case you fail. That's the stopper. And then this is a normal stop. But sometimes when I'm doing the exercise, I hit the stopper because of the range of motion. Get it set up. Your feet in here or set them over here. You put your feet in place. I pull myself down. I unrack. And sometimes these, when I have my hand over here, sometimes this handle, the green handle, rubs my hand. And then it prevents it from going down, as you can see. So just consider that. So sometimes you don't need the handles, but sometimes you have them in place. So just taking that into consideration. And then I'm gonna do the exercise. And you can see that I can hit all the way to the stopper, but I'm already off the seat. So this will be the exercise. Then, like I said, there's a handle that you use to get out. And there you have it. I'm gonna put a video with me doing a working set with some weight, so you can see the motion. But yeah, I believe that's it for this machine. So there you have it, guys. The Prime Fitness Play Loaded leg press. I'm very happy with this purchase. If I could do it again, I would probably buy this one. But let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.